After the Israelites were freed from slavery in Egypt, they wandered in the desert for 40 years. And they became unfaithful again to God. And so that generation of people would not enter into the promised land. He uses the image of, in the letter to the Hebrews today, uses the image of contentment and rest. Contentment and rest, saying that the people coming to the promised land would experience this rest and contentment. It wasn't rest in the sense of being exhausted and stopping the work that we're exhausted from. God created the world, and on the seventh day it says that he rested. The Hebrews quotes that. And he rested, not the kind of rest that comes from being in the grave, or not the kind of rest that comes from sleep, but the rest of contentment. When Jesus rested on the seventh day, he looked at all of the creation and saw that it was very good, and he was filled with a sense of fulfillment and contentment. And that's a glimpse of what heaven would be like. We can't even begin to imagine what heaven is like, but heaven is our promised land, ultimately. And we will rest in the Lord. And what that means is that the Lord, when we enter through our death, we enter into his presence. He will look at us and say, how pleased I am what you allowed me to accomplish in you. Our holiness is a gift from God. It's the work of the Father. And so when we stand before him in heaven, he's going to look at us and be content, and he's going to draw us into that same contentment and rest, realizing that we are in the presence of a loving and eternal God. It's a beautiful image to think about. And the Lord is saying for us, we need every day just to put ourselves into God's hands so that he can make us holy. You're here at Mass this morning because you want to be more holy. And we're here, and the Lord is going to, through Jesus, the Father accomplishes our holiness through Jesus and the sacraments of the church. So today, let us look forward to the rest that is eternal life, not sleep or not in the grave, but a sense of contentment and peace because of what God has accomplished in us. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.